Let's make a game, yo. But you don't have a computer. Wait a second. Why am I talking to myself? Hey everyone, welcome to the very first video of the channel, and I'll start with telling about the apps that I'll be using. Okay, so this is Love 2D, and you can find a link in the description below. It's basically a Lua based game engine. And this is DroidEdit. Come on, this is DroidEdit, and I use it to edit the code for the game. And you don't really have to use this app, it's just to make pixel art, Pixel Studio. I'm not going to be using it in the video, and this is just a link to the folder that I'll be using. And it's very important that you put a folder called Love Game inside the internal storage, and put a script called main.lua, and this is a script that we'll be working on. Okay, so let's start with the code. Now, Love 2D is based on Lua programming language, which is very easy, and it has you must have mainly 3 functions in your code, but not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Now the first one is love.draw, first one that I'll be talking about. This is used to draw stuff on the screen, and let's start with a very simple thing: print. Now, can't just print text because that'll be going to the console. We want it on screen, so we'll do love.graphics.print, and inside the function you can give the text that you want to print on the screen. Let's say text, because why not? Okay, so if you run the script right now, you just have to run the app. It'll automatically detect the folder and run the script, and this is what you'll get. It's just a text on the corner of the screen. Okay, so next thing, we'll talk about the love.load function. Love.load. This function has it's called just once, and that is at the very beginning of the game, and it's used to initialize stuff. Let's say if you want an image, you can load it inside this function using love.graphics, and yeah, all the graphics related stuff is in love.graphics. New image, we'll use the function new image to load an image, and I made a mistake. Okay, now I already have an image, this one, ball.png, that I'll be using, and you can use pretty much anything you want, any image you want. Just make sure it's not too big, or else it'll just cover the whole screen up. Now let's draw it, and to draw it you have to do love.graphics.draw, and inside you just put the image that we just loaded in the function above, that is image. Now if you'll run the script, you'll see the image of the ball in the corner. It's covering the text, so what I'll do is I'll move it. Now these functions can also be there's another stuff that can be passed inside these functions, mainly the x and y position. And for the x position, I'll just keep it 0, and for the y, I'll move it down a bit. And yeah, the Love 2D coordinate system starts from the bottom top left corner, and this is the y-axis along this side of the screen, and then there's the x-axis that goes horizontally, sorry. And yeah, the image has moved downwards. Okay, so this is just the basic. Now another thing that I can do that I'll tell about is function called love.update. Now this function is called almost after every frame, I guess, and it is used to update stuff like positions of enemies and player and stuff. So for now we'll just take a simple position x, and we'll put it in a variable let's say 0, and yeah, you have to put it in love.load because it will be initialized only once. And we can use this function inside here. Instead of 0, we'll just put x. So whatever the value x holds will be the position along the x-axis where the image will be drawn. And now we'll just update it by x equals x plus 1, and it'll just add a value that is just 1 to the x, and like so you'll see the image moving. Now this one that you see is like the speed of the ball moving towards the right, so I can change this value to change the speed of the ball. So if I put it to 4, and you'll see it moves pretty fast. Now yeah, another thing you can see is that it goes off screen and doesn't come back. So we can just put a condition to bring it back, like if x is greater than, we have to find the width of the screen to know if it's more than the ball's position is more than the width of the screen that we have to bring it back. Now for that what you can do is love.graphics get width. This function gets the width of the screen, and you can just check if the position of x is greater than the width of the screen, then you can I don't know, bring it back to the initial position, bring it back to 0. So now if you run it, no, we don't want to do this. Now if you run it, it'll go off screen and come back from the other side. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it to the tutorial. It was just a basic introduction. From the next video I'll start explaining how to make a complete game, and hopefully we'll come up with a pretty good game. Thanks for watching, and you don't have to subscribe because I don't like people subscribing to my channel.
Kidding.